earlier today, I put out a graphic, and it was the top 7 most important Steeler players of all time. Now, the list that was up there, it drawed a lot of controversy, what I'm saying, across the internet, um, in groups, and, different platforms had different opinions about it. But the crazy part about it is that there was a lot of YNs that liked that list, right? This was the list that went out, right? And as you can see, maybe not. Let me get out the way, right? As you can see, I feel like a weatherman. This was the list, right? Coming in at 7 was Hines Ward. Next it was Jack Lambert. Then you got Terry Bradshaw. Then you got Franco Harris. Mean Joe Greene. This caused a lot of controversy for the old heads. Then you got Big Ben at 2. And then you had Troy Polamalu at 1. Now, that right there caused a lot of controversy, right? It's not a bad list. Like, the players on there is cool, but when people had, their opinion, when they had their opinions, you could tell there was an age gap between the likes and dislikes of that list. So I had my team put together the real list based off of impact, stats, accolades. Accolades is like third, right? The cultural impact, Steeler impact was number 1, was the deciding factor. Let's get into it. The top 7, the top 7 most important Steelers of all time. And I'm talking about the players, not the coaches or anybody. Coming in at number 7, Hines Ward. Why? Why is Hines Ward number 7? Why is Hines Ward on the list? Hines Ward's on the list because Ward represents everything the Steelers stand for: toughness, effort, and unselfish play. He wasn't the fastest or flashiest, but he was clutch, dependable, and one of the best blocking wide receivers ever. He helped define the physical identity of the offense and deliver in big moments. Stats: 1,000 catches, 12,000 yards, 85 touchdowns, 4 Pro Bowls, Super Bowl 40 MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champ. Now, Hines Ward, I feel like, should have been in the Hall of Fame. I think the longer that he waits or they wait to put him in there, it kind of makes his case hard, because you have a lot of guys that's starting to get 1,000 catches in their career like it's nothing. Like, it's a wave of guys that's about to approach that. Number 6 on the list, top 7 most important Pittsburgh Steelers players of all time. Number 6, Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu, I see people was happy when he was on top of the fake list. The fake list had him 1. And even people that wasn't really happy about him being number 1, they didn't put him past 3. So I don't know how y'all going to feel about him being 6, but this is why. Polamalu was a defensive game wrecker. He didn't just play his position. He redefined it. His instincts, timing, and ability to make unbelievable plays turned games instantly. Offensive coordinators had to account for him on every snap, and he was the heartbeat of the 2000s defense. Stats: 770 tackles, 32 interceptions, 12 sacks. He's 8-time Pro Bowler, Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time Super Bowl champ. Yo, nah, I feel you, yo. I feel you. He's my first 2. He's my first 2 as far as seeing him getting drafted and seeing his whole career play out. Yeah, I'm right with you. I'm right with you with that. I'm right with you. Um, I know a knock for you can tell who watched Troy play and who didn't watch him play and just looked at stats, because they'll see the 32 interceptions and they'll look and say like, yo, he's not better than Ed Reed, he's not better than this guy and that guy. Look at his interceptions. But if you watch Troy Polamalu play football, if he got an interception, that's because he took a break off of messing everything up in that box. You know what I'm saying? Troy Polamalu made some amazing plays in his career, man. And it's like most of them are very memorable. Like the one hand catch against the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? I think he got hurt on that play actually. The pick six in the playoffs against the Ravens. Him jumping over the Titans line to get, you know what I'm saying, to stop the play. Um, man, even play he made where it ended up being a bad play is when he had an interception and while he was getting up, his knee knocked the ball out. So they called it a fumble, but the play was actually crazy. This is the fact that he was so ready to get up out of there. He knocked the ball out of his own arm or whatever, man. But Troy Polamalu definitely, if I want to say the best players in Steelers history as far as their game, not just most important, I believe Troy should be higher. Oh man, why you don't like Jalen Hurts, man? Let me ask you a question. Forget the why. That's for this list. You don't like Jalen Hurts, but would you take Jalen Hurts over anybody we have right now? Yeah.
Yo,
Hey, what up, King? What up, man?
what's going on? I love stealing football, baby. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. This particular episode, man, is based off a graphic that I had put out earlier today. It was for fun. You feel me? It was the most important Steelers players of all time, right?
Hmm.
And it was a little controversial. Whatever, it had Troy one. I kind of forgot what the list was, but that wasn't the real list. So like up until you joined now, I was going through the real list that my team put together based off impact, stats, and just how important they were to the franchise. And right now we just finished six. So I'm gonna let you know who seven was. Seven was Hines Ward, and six is Troy Polamalu.
Um,
Now,
so you're going up the list, correct?
yeah, started from
Okay.
seven and working up.
So
You
how many
start
was it? You said 10?
seven.
Oh, it was seven. Okay, okay, okay. So seven was
Seven was Hines Ward,
okay.
and six was Troy Polamalu.
Hmm. I got to hear the rest of the list. Then we'll talk about Troy.
All right, bet. So buckle up. You feel me? I'm about to go
Yeah.
through these real quick.
Hey, I ain't gonna have no
Number,
comment until you finish, though.
it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Five, Jack Lambert.
Mm,
Wow.
mm,
Lambert embodied the attitude of Steelers football: physical, intimidating, and relentless. He was the emotional leader for the Steel Curtain, setting the tone every game. His presence alone changed how offenses approached the Steelers. He wasn't just great, he was feared. He had 28 interceptions, 9 Pro Bowl selections, 7 All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time Super Bowl champ. He got him at 5 as far as the most
that's
important players in
that's all
franchise
right.
history.
Now I know I lied to you because I said I wasn't gonna comment, but just for clarity, bro. Just for
Yeah.
clarity, I mean, at this point, could you could you just put the steel curtain as a whole at number one, and we'll be okay with that?
Nah. That you
No,
could do
seriously, they
that.
they they
You could
set the
do it.
standard. Like they
You
they
could do it.
they made Pittsburgh Steeler football what it is today, and we're trying to get back to that. No pun intended, Mike Tomlin. Sorry, but go ahead, continue with your list, sir.
Yeah, shout out to Coach T, man. But yeah, like you could do that. You could do that. But then at the end of the day, you'll discount the guys that came after that changed things as well. Because
Yeah.
we can't. If we went out there and try to play like the team went out there and try to play like the Steel Curtain, we'll have 1,000 flags a game. 1,000 a game, you know what I'm saying? So you needed other guys like Hines Ward was a newer one on the list, and Troy Polamalu that just redefined what still football was. But
Hmm.
if I definitely agree with that. Still Curtin definitely don't get enough. They get a lot, but they don't get enough love. Especially
Hey,
as
I
time
sent
is
the
going
live
by.
to some of my guys that be alive with me, bro. They Steeler fans. I sent the live out.
All right, bet. Anybody welcome to this joint, especially when I get finished with the list. We go all just shoot it. You know what I mean? Number four. Number four, Ben Roethlisberger. Right? The why. Big Ben carried the Steelers into the modern era and kept them relevant for nearly 2 decades. His ability to extend plays, take hits, and deliver clutch throws made him one of the toughest QBs ever. He wasn't just a winner; he was the bridge between eras, keeping the Steelers in contention long after the '70s dynasty. His stats: 64,000 yards, 418 touchdowns, 2 Super Bowls, 6-time Pro Bowl, Rookie of the Year. One thing about Ben is you can see some of the stats like the Pro Bowls and why he's not All Pro or whatever. It was just the era he was in.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he had Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees,
yeah.
um, and then
You can
you'll
throw
probably have
Eli,
somebody that
Eli,
yeah,
Phillip Rivers,
the
um,
guys he came in
uh,
with.
Carson Palmer, definitely
Yeah,
Kurt Warner,
for like a couple years.
definitely Kurt Warner.
Yeah, Kurt was in there. But he had to do it a lot. So and then earlier in his career, the type of trouble he was getting in, the situations he was getting in, it's not media friendly. So he missed out
Yeah,
on a lot of awards. But
that right there is the reason why I'm withholding my Canton reservations because I already know what they're going to say, what they're going to think. Big Ben, you got these allegations. Well, you had these allegations. You had a stupid, almost horrific motorcycle accident, damn near to the
yeah,
day. So,
hey,
I mean,
I still remember that day where like I didn't know anything. You feel me? I didn't know nothing. My mother had told me, like she called me on the phone. She was like, your quarterback died, right? I was like, what?
wait, what?
It's like,
Hold on,
yeah, Roethlisberger, he
hold on.
died. I'm like, he died. And look, I'm a kid, man. I'm like in middle school. I'm like, he died. I'm like, hold up. And so then I saw it on the news and saw he ain't died. But I was like, that's crazy. How you win a Super Bowl and die, bro? But that was crazy. I still remember that day, man. So yeah, Ben was a wild boy, man. He was a
Yeah,
wild
Ben
boy.
ahead of time. I'm glad he got married and had all them boys and settled the fuck down.
Yeah, 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 definitely, man. All right, number three. Number three is the OG. Shout out to Franco Harris. Why? Franco was the stability and consistency of the offense. While the defense got the headlines, he kept drives alive, controlled the clock, and showed up in the biggest moments, including the most famous play in NFL history. You already know what that is. He made the offense reliable enough to complement an elite defense. His stats: 12,000 rushing yards, 91 touchdowns, 9-time Pro Bowler, 4-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP. Franco Harris, Franco Harris is special to me because all my life I was like, because my last name's Harris, right? So all my life, you know, I would get people like, "Yo, is your dad Franco Harris?" Because they'll see my pops and think my pops was Franco. They kind of favored each other.
Kind of look like
So
that
it's like,
nigga. Why you bullshitting?
yeah, you know what I mean. So I got that a lot. You know what I mean. And the dope part is I'm from New Jersey and Franco from Jersey, and our high schools is actually rivals in track. So it's like I actually seen him before, like during that. Not like on a football setting, like being a fan around Steelers or whatever. Not just happened to be at the high school. You know what I'm saying? So that was a dope moment. You got anything on Franco real quick?
I wasn't I wasn't old enough to see Franco. Um,
Neither.
I'm originally from Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why his statue or something of it is at the International Airport in Pittsburgh. Um, he, if it wasn't for him, honestly, Jesus, I don't know what Terry Bradshaw does. Because if you want to be honest, Terry Bradshaw has the stats, the numbers. I'm sorry, not the games like Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to outpass you. I'm not going to outdo you. But I'm going to throw these two touchdowns for 180, maybe 200. But it was really the running game and the offensive line. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
Franco, they call it the Italian Army for a reason, bro. It's because of him. Him, Rocky Blyer, they did what they were supposed to do. They did their job.
Facts.
Franco embodied what it is to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. And I love
Facts.
the fact that when they have a guy on Pittsburgh and they meet you and they see your play style, they see your heart, they see how you resemble the city, and they always have that same saying, "Hey, you could have played with us." I love that they have that.
Yeah. Number two is Terry Bradshaw. Why?
Mm,
Bradshaw is the definition of a big game quarterback. While his regular season numbers don't jump off the page by today's standards, He elevated when it mattered most, especially in Super Bowls. He stretched defenses with deep throws and made clutch plays that sealed championships. Without him, the 70s dynasty don't reach the same level. Stats, a little over 27,000, close to 28,000 passing yards, 212 TDs, four-time Super Bowl champ, two-time Super Bowl MVP, NFL MVP. I didn't even know he won an NFL MVP. I just learned something today. That's crazy. Um, I don't like Terry Bradshaw. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I don't like Terry Bradshaw, man, because he talked crap about my generation of Steelers, man. You know what I'm saying? He always was hating on Big Ben. He was always hating on Coach T. You know what I'm saying? Just hating on a lot of the players, man. I don't think he hated on the defense too much, but And then I was always bothered by why he didn't have a good relationship with Chuck Noll, and it was like Chuck Noll. He was like Chuck Noll didn't baby him basically. You know what I mean? He didn't baby him or didn't show a lot of compassion. You know what I'm saying? He didn't show a lot of compassion, so that was crazy. Like yo, and I'm thinking about his time period too. Like this is the time period where y'all normally are tough. Like this is the tough. You was acting like a whatever, man. But he did what he did. His impact is his impact, and based off what the information that was given, he made number two on the list. Now, number one, number one. I think we all say it together, right? Let's say it together. Three, two, one. Mean Joe Greene. Mean Joe Greene, number one spot. Why? He didn't just dominate. He changed the entire identity of the franchise. Before him, the Steelers were irrelevant. After him, they became a dynasty. He was the centerpiece of the steel curtain, demanding double teams every snap and freeing everyone else to make plays. He also set the standard for toughness and leadership that the organization still follows today. Now, sack totals is unofficial, but they got him at 78 and a half sacks. 10-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All Pro, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time Super Bowl champ. Now, I didn't watch Mean Joe Greene play. That was before my time. But growing up as a kid, learning all about the Steelers' history and everything, he was a part of all of it. It's like it starts with him, and then you get the Franco, you get the Terry, you get the Jack, you get the other Jack, you get the you know what I'm saying. To a couple years later, you get the Rod Woodsons, like all. Then you go, you know, all the way up, man, to the Hineses, and I skipped like a whole decade right there, but it's like yeah, he started it, man. When he started it, and he got one of the most iconic commercials of all time with the Coca-Cola joint. You feel me? Mean Joe Greene. So I don't think anybody will say no to this one, right? I don't think anybody would say no. But that was the list. Let me go back through it real quick. Hines Ward, Troy Polamalu, Jack Lambert, Ben Roethlisberger, Franco Harris, number two, Terry Bradshaw, and the number one spot, me, Joe Greene. Now, with that being said, if you could break down everybody, right? The biggest takeaway from this list, Mean Joe Greene, foundation. Bradshaw, Big Ben, errors. Franco Harris, balance. Jack Lambert and Troy Polamalu, defensive identity. Hines Ward, culture. You know what I mean? So that is the list, man. That's the real list, man. And shout out to everybody that tapped in. This is not going to be one of the long episodes. You feel me? Just want to get this list together. And shout out to King for pulling up. I don't know what happened there. But going to have another episode Monday around the same time, 8 o'clock. Definitely open panel. So if you want to pop up, come through and spit your bars, Not literally, man. Not literally. Don't come up here rapping. But you want to come up here and speak your piece on Steelers business? Pull up. Pull up. You know, right now I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm going like this. Yeah, we beating them by 100, but still, you feel me? It has my attention. So this wasn't gonna be a long episode. It probably would have. You feel me? Shout out to Mitch, shout out to Dread. You know, they wasn't able to join tonight, but we'll probably revisit it at some other point. You know, but shout out to everybody, man. It's your man Kev Easy, man. Make sure you follow everywhere. Let me get out the way. Follow Steelers for Seven Podcast. You feel me? Boom. Instagram. Follows there. Boom. X or Twitter for the old heads. You feel me? Like me's. Boom. 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 YouTube. All the content. This whole shebang gonna be broken down. So make sure y'all tap in. TikTok, you on it now. Just make sure you follow. We follow back. We follow back. Facebook, man, Facebook cause all type of trouble, all types of hell. You feel me? I be getting banned from there sometimes because it'd be some crazy people on there, man. They just stuck in their ways. I just I troll over there a little bit, but everything I say is still based. It's not nothing extra crazy. If you want to listen to the audios, go to Apple, Steelers for Seven Podcast, and also Spotify, Steelers for Seven Podcast, man. Make sure you follow, man. Make sure you follow. We follow back. Um, with that being said, man, you have a great night. It's halftime. I'm about to go eat. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, man. We'll be back in this thing another day, another day, another day.